morning. Today we are going to talk about some stuffs used at home. First of all, we are going to explain some words with their definitions and examples. Number 1. Apron. What's an apron? It's a piece of clothing that you wear over your clothes while cooking. For example, my mom was wearing her apron while cooking yesterday. Number 2. Basin or wash basin. What's a basin or wash basin? It's a container or a bowl that you use and it's fixed to the wall while you are washing your face or hands. For example, I used that basin yesterday to clean and wash my face and hands. Number 3. Drain pipe. It's a pipe that carries wastewater or sewage away from buildings. For example, we called the plumber yesterday to fix our drain pipe. Number 4. Ladle. It's a very big spoon with long handle. For example, my mom always uses the ladle to serve food or soup. After that, mantelpiece. It's a shelf above the fireplace. What's a fireplace and what's a mantelpiece? A fireplace is a place which you use to heat the place you are in. We put our clock on the mantelpiece above the fireplace. Lawn. It's an area of grass. It's an area of grass. The gardener cut the lawn yesterday. Shears. Very large scissors. The gardener used the shears to cut the bushes yesterday. Stool. It's a seat without any back or arms. My mom was sitting on the stool while playing the piano yesterday. Stepladder, an equipment with steps for climbing up and down. It can be folded. My mom stood on the stepladder to clean the ceiling. A hedge. It's a line of bushes or small trees along the edge of garden. We had a privet hedge. Next, we are going to talk our grammar lesson today. It's about the reported speech. Do you know how to report what somebody else said? By the following steps. First of all, what is the reported speech? The reported speech is when we tell someone what another person said. First, we are going to talk about the statement. For example, Ali said to Mona, I'm watching TV now. How to change? There are some steps. Number 1, start with the speaker Ali. Number 2, write the reporting verb. It changes according to that table. Say to is transformed into tell. Says to becomes tells. Said to becomes told. Write the addressee, Mona. Number 4, delete the quotation marks. Number 5, use a linking word that. We only change the subject of the sentence if it was I, you, or we. The rest of the pronouns stay the same. All other nouns stay the same. For example, I is transformed into he or she according to the speaker. You becomes he or she according to the addressee. We become they. Number 7, we change the tense of the verb if the reporting verb is said or told according to that table. Present simple is transformed into past simple. Present continuous becomes past continuous. Present perfect becomes past perfect. Past simple becomes past simple or past perfect. It's optional. Can becomes could. Shall becomes should. Have to or has to are transformed into had to. Must might stay must as it is or becomes had to. Adverbs of time and place are changed according to that table. Here become there. This, that. These, those. Now, then. Today, that day. Tonight, that night. Yesterday, the previous day, or the day before. Last week, the previous week, or the week before. Ago, before. Tomorrow, the following day, or the day after. Next week, the following week, or the week after. For example, Ali said to Mona, I'm watching TV now. How to transform it into reported speech? So the answer will be, Ali told Mona that he was watching TV then. There are some important notes. We don't change the tense of the verb in some cases. Number 1, if the reporting verb is present. Example, Ali says, I can swim. So, the answer becomes, Ali says that he can swim. Number 2, when the sentence was said a short time ago, equal just. Example, Ali said a short time ago, I will have an apple. Ali said a short time ago that he will have an apple. Number 3, when the sentence is about a scientific fact. For example, Ali said to Mona, the earth goes around the sun. Ali told Mona that the earth goes around the sun. Number 4, we don't change the 0, second, or the third conditionals of if. For example, Ali said to Mona, if you heat ice, it melts. So, the reported speech in this case is Ali told Mona that if she heats ice, it melts. Another example, Ali said to Mona, if I had time, I would go to the party, and this is the second conditional of if. So, the reported speech in this case will be, Ali told Mona that if he had time, he would go to the party. So, we didn't change the conditional, we only changed the pronouns. The third example, Ali said to Mona, if I had driven carefully, I wouldn't have had an accident. That's the third conditional of if, which won't change as well. So the reported speech in this case will be, Ali told Mona if he had driven carefully, he wouldn't have had an accident. What about questions? Second, the question. How to change? There are two kinds of questions, yes or no question and the WH question. Number 1, start with the speaker Ali. Number 2, write the reporting verb. It changes according to that table. Say to, ask, want to know, wonder. Says to becomes asks, wants to know, or wonders. Said to becomes asked, wanted to know, or wondered. Number 3, write the addressee, Mona. Number 4, delete the quotation marks. Number 5, according to the linking word. First, the yes or no question. We use the linking word if or whether. We delete do, does, or did. We start with the subject to transform the question into a statement. For example, Ali said to Mona, do you like fish? This is a yes or no question. What about the reported question in this case? 12b, Ali asked Mona if or whether she liked fish. What about the WH question? We use the question word as a linking word. We delete do, does, and did. We start with the subject. For example, Ali said to Mona, where do you play tennis? So the answer will be, Ali asked Mona where she played tennis. What about the order? This is our third case. How to change in the order? There are some steps. Number 1, start with the speaker Ali. Number 2, write the reporting verb. It changes according to that table. Say to becomes order, advise, or warn. Says to becomes orders, advises, or warns. Said to becomes ordered, advised, or warned. Number 3, we use the linking word to or not to plus infinitive. For example, Ali said to Mona, study hard. So the reporting order will be, Ali advised Mona to study hard. Another example, Ali said to Mona, don't waste your time, and this is a negative order. How can we change it into reporting order? It will be, Ali warned Mona not to waste her time. Here are some exercises. Choose the correct answer. Number 1, he asks if the weather was, is, were, been good nowadays. Answer, he asks if the weather is good nowadays. Why did we choose is? Because the reporting verb is asks, it's present. Number 2, Gloria said that she haven't, hadn't, hasn't, wasn't spoken to Mary for a week. Answer: Gloria said that she hadn't spoken to Mary for a week because the reporting verb in this case is past. Rewrite the following sentences. Number 1. Father asked, "Will you help me lift this heavy book, Sandy?" Use F. Father asked Sandy if she would help him lift that heavy books. Number 2. We won't visit Paris this year, says Jack to John. Use that. Jack tells John that they won't visit Paris that year. Thanks, students. Stay tuned for the lessons coming up next.